Hello and welcome to today's pre-surf, pre-workout beach yoga stretch. I'm Amanda Briant. Thank you so much for joining. We'll start in a standing position and taking 3 big deep breaths. Arms come up overhead and exhale, flow all the way back down. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back up, and we'll do this twice more. And from here, we'll start to work out the shoulders by making big circles in the backwards direction. Big deep breaths throughout this entire process, trying to keep the shoulders down and away from the ears, slowly speeding up and slowing back down, moving at your own pace. Let's change directions. Now that we're a little bit more warmed up, we're going to take that left arm, stretching it across the body, straight arm holding the other. We're going to extend out the left leg as well to get into a little bit of a deeper stretch and really twisting, feeling it down the side of the shoulder, side of the rib cage, breathing into these parts of the body. And we'll move and do the same thing on the other side. Up next, we have a twisting pose that really helps to prevent injury for us surfers. You're going to put your right hand on the back of your right hip and really twist. This is an extension of the left side rib cage. So essentially, you're going to try to turn your body all the way around so that you can see right behind you. When you're ready, we'll do the same thing. Now the left hand is on the hip, and we're going to extend all the way across the body, looking behind you, trying to twist all the way around through that rib cage. Now it's time to warm up the muscles. Take a deep breath up overhead, extend all the way down, and we're going to walk the hands slowly into a high plank position. Push up, keeping the elbows tight toward the body, and walk your hands right back up. We'll do this a few more times, making sure that you're breathing throughout this entire exercise. On this last one, we're going to drop the knees and move into an upward facing dog. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, we'll move back into a child's pose. Separate the knees and drop the shoulders, the hips, the chest, the head, right down to the ground. Settle in here. When you're ready, into a tabletop position, we're going to start with some shoulder motion. So it doesn't look like much, but we're going to essentially bring the body up and drop the shoulders back down. This is a warm-up for the shoulders, the shoulder blades. And now moving into an exaggerated cat and cow, we're going to press the upper back toward the sky, really dipping down, arching the back, and coming right back up. Same thing, a couple times here, remembering to breathe. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the right arm up toward the sky, twisting, thread the needle through. We're going to twist out the low back here, so try to bring that right shoulder as far away or as twisted across as you possibly can. Extending the hips up toward the sky, try to keep them parallel. And when you're ready, coming back up, and we'll switch to the other side. Left arm toward the sky, reaching past the fingertips and down, thread the needle through. Coming back down, and we will move into a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we'll move forward into a high plank, lower for chaturanga, nice and slowly, upward facing dog, shoulders away from the ears. And from here we'll do some up dog push-ups. So keeping the elbows in tight toward the body, lowering up and down from here, really focusing on the triceps for this. Great job, and on this last one we'll move back into a child's pose again. Hips come back, meet the heels, and we'll dip all the way down, chest to the ground. Coming back up into tabletop, we'll start to warm up the hips. Let's draw big circles with the right knee, coming forward, using the glute to get your knee as high as possible. And we'll switch directions, going backwards now, again trying to draw really big circles with that knee. Coming back to neutral, we'll move to the other side, taking that left leg, drawing nice big circles, coming forward, again using that glute. We are warming up the hip joints here. And we'll switch directions. Coming back to neutral, just shake it out however you feel comfortable today. And when you're ready, we're going to move into a downward facing dog. From here, come forward into a high plank, slowly lower down, chaturanga, reaching up into an upward facing dog and back into a downward facing dog. From here, let's plant the left leg, reaching the right leg up above you, bending the knee. This is a great hip opener. Just holding here for a moment, and when you're ready, we're going to come down. Same knee meets the nose. Plant the foot between the hands, and we will come into a runner's lunge. Holding strong here for a couple of moments, extending that back leg as straight as possible, dipping as low as you can into that lunge, keeping the navel in toward the spine, and when you're ready, we'll come up into chair's pose. From here, dipping the hips down low, keeping the chest up high. And on your next exhale, we'll extend the legs, reach all the way down, and roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to a standing pose. Forward fold back down. We're going to walk the legs back out into a high plank, chaturanga down, and extend up into an upward facing dog. Curling the toes under into a down dog. We're going to extend the other leg, the right leg, up into the sky, bend to open up the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to bring that knee back forward through the body, touch the nose, and into a runner's lunge. Shifting all of your weight into that right leg, will come up into a chair pose, again dipping low, bringing the chest up and shoulders back away from the ears, holding here for a few moments. We'll then extend down, straightening the legs, and we'll do a couple of modified squats. So coming down nice and deep, again opening up the hips and extending back down again, a couple just like this. From here, hop or step back into a high plank. We'll chaturanga down and extend up into an upward facing dog. Let's take a moment to rest back into a child's pose. Slowly finding your way onto your back. We're going to warm up that low back. It's very, very important to remember this part of the body. holding onto the knees, hugging in toward the chest, we'll slowly rock back and forth. Releasing the feet down to the ground, we'll shift both knees toward the left side, twisting the upper body, keeping the shoulders on the ground to the right, and we'll hold here in this twist pose. And on your next inhale, we'll twist to the other side. For our final hip opener, we'll move to a happy baby, holding on to the feet. We're going to bring the knees up toward the armpits and just rock side by side if it's comfortable for you today. Bringing the feet back down toward the ground, find yourself a comfortable position. Maybe the hands are on the chest and the belly, maybe they're laying beside you. Let your feet fall to the outsides of your mat, and just rest and breathe and thank yourself. And for whatever you're going to be doing after this, I thank you so much for joining me and wish you an incredible rest of your day.